This past June, I was sitting at lunch with my dear friend Scott when I began to feel weak and faint, dizzy, and unable to put together and speak the words that I wanted to say. I remember reaching for the glass of water sitting on the table to my right, and when I went to pick it up, it was too heavy to lift. My arms were tingling, and I felt weak all over. I told my friend I was too weak to drive and asked if he could please take me to a nearby urgent care. The long story short, the doctor did an EKG and said, "You have had a heart attack." As I was leaving to go to the hospital in the ambulance with the lump in my throat and tears in my eyes, the last thing I said to my lifelong friend was, "Please take care of my wife." In thinking back over that moment, I'm so grateful that I wasn't asking my friend to do the impossible. Why? Well, I had made provision. I had a plan in place. That is, if I had died that day, my wife would have not been without. She would have been well provided for. Our homes would have been paid off and years of income were in place. If I had been disabled, I had a guaranteed income in place to replace our income. I share this with you because probably many are young that are listening, and most are most likely to think that could never happen to me. I mean, look at your gray hair. I understand why. But I understand why you might think that way. But believe it or not, I was once 25 years old, and out of nowhere, I started having unbelievable chest pains, and way back then was soon diagnosed with stage 4 Hodgkin's disease cancer. I couldn't work. I had to undergo 6 months of chemotherapy and 13 radiation treatments, and I almost lost everything. So I simply ask you today, if you don't make it home tonight, or if your life story changes unexpectedly, or if you have an unexpected illness or injury, what plan do you have in place? What provision have you made? That's why everybody needs living benefits.